Hey there, everybody. PTPOP here, leading you out of the call center rabbit hole, one grain of truth at a time. Today, we're going to take a look at a bunch of viewer comments. Before I get to that, the music that you're hearing in the background is written and performed by yours truly, and you can buy this music on Patreon. Right here on Patreon, you can buy my song Blues, Gonna Get Ya, Still Gonna Get Ya. You can purchase Sunday Driver. Where's my music over here? Where's my music over there? Let's get the music up here, huh? PTPOP music. You can buy and purchase Sunday Driver, Blues Still Gonna Get Ya, I Understand You Now, My Sunshine, which is a song that I wrote as a memorial to my beautiful girl Zoe, my dog Zoe, Call Center Blues, and you can watch music videos and a variety of other things. I don't have all my music on there. All my other music is on Amazon. It's on CD Baby, so keep that in mind. So I thought what I'd do today is read some of the viewer comments, because my channel really is all about you. Really is. This is not just canned crap I'm handing you, because, I made one video to reach out to the world and let them know how unhappy I was in working in the call center, and I found all of you and found that there's millions of you who are miserable, either currently in a call center or you've experienced the misery of it. So I thought I'd go through some of the comments here. I'm going to start off with, this is a comment to my recent video, Affinity AI, How Smart Agent Caller Matching is Rewriting the Contact Center Rules. This is from Valhalla DR. It says, Hi PTPOP, I've been following your channel for quite a few months, and I really enjoy your content. I worked in a call center for a while, and it was the worst experience of my life. I should get like a bell to ring every time somebody says that, maybe like an oingo boingo bell. Yay, everybody. And I would love for you to make a video from the perspective of foreign workers whose first language isn't English and the extra difficulties we face in call centers due to language barriers. I think that's a great idea, but I don't know anything about it because I've never experienced it, because I speak it in English. And I've never worked like in an Indian or Filipino call center. Maybe if one or two of you want to talk to me, you want to do a Zoom call, we could record it and put it on the YouTube channel. Let's see, Valhalla says, when we work from the Caribbean, where our native language is Spanish, handling customers in English, we face all the injustices and challenges you talk about in your videos, plus the added irritability from customers when they notice a foreign accent and become intolerant and discriminatory. I can't understand it. It used to bother me as well when I would calling it like an Indian accent. But it was more so from the fact that there was a language, it was hard for us to understand one another. But I had never lashed out at somebody and said, damn you, damn type of person. I don't understand why people have to take it to that level. That definitely adds another layer of difficulty just because of the accent. I love your videos because every experience you talk about is something I also lived through. I felt like I had a checklist and I was making off every single thing as you mentioned it. Yeah, thanks so much for watching and being a part of my channel. When I originally made my first video, working in a call center sucks, run away. As I've said in the past, that it wasn't meant to go viral. I didn't write it to become the next whatever, or I didn't write it. That first video, and most of my videos, I spitball. I just make it up as I go along. But that first one was just me ranting to vent, to alleviate my stress. And as I do more research on this documentary, I'm finding out there's people are treated the same way in all call centers around the world. Doesn't matter if it's a BPO or somewhere here onshore here in America. And now the thing that ticks me off about it is to save a buck, they're going to replace us with AI. And, we're expendable. Humans are expendable. And I just don't get it. But that's just me. Well, thanks for the comment. And I'll think of a way to do something about non-English speaking call center reps. I didn't even know they had call center reps in the Caribbean. I had no clue. And I had no clue that Spanish was your native language. I had no clue. I don't know much about, and most of us here in America don't know much about other countries because we're raised to believe that we're all that in a bag of chips here in the United States. We're told, everyone else they can kiss our ass, right? That's the way we are raised. Like we're better than everybody else, but we're really not. Sorry for those of you Americans, but we're not. Roxanne, hey Roxanne, thanks for the comment. Roxanne says, for the first one, they should... Oh, this is in relation to call center team building. Now, I just did a video about the humiliating things you've got to do in these team building exercises that corporations have people do that are just crazy. Just these crazy, ridiculous humiliation rituals. And Roxanne says, for the first one, they should have had a paid work event, at least a laser tag place. Exactly. Why you would do it in the office, I don't know. I mean, that is... And she's referring to... Roxanne is referring to a video where I showed these humiliation rituals that they have employees do. And in this one company, they went out and bought a whole bunch of these Nerf guns. And they played Capture the Flag. And they ran around the office with these different Nerf guns, shooting each other with Nerf bullets. And these guns were big. They were bigger than ARs. They were huge. Almost like M60s, but they shot Nerf bullets. And I thought, why would you do this on location? There's probably people there that don't like guns. There's probably people on your staff that have traumatic events from guns. Whether it's a brightly colored neon gun or not, they still get traumatized by it. And then, Roxanne says, now that would be fun. Now, I've done something like that when I worked at WorldCom. We all went to this... I don't know what you call it. I think it was like some type of soccer, but you were in bumper cars, in a bumper car arena. We went off-site to this bumper car arena, and we drove around, and we had to throw ball to each other, and whoever could throw it in the net won or something like that. That was fun. The drum one was kind of calming. If you aren't familiar with the video she's referring to, I commented on 5 different videos where they do these really crazy team building things that we've all been exposed to. My work did that donut one before, and I refused to participate. Oh, good for you, man. I'm not about to get on my knees and bob for donuts off of a paper plate on a cement floor, unless the woman that's making me do it is wearing a lot of leather. Other than that, I'm not doing it for anybody. My favorite events were when they did their carnival. Food, games, and prizes. The gift cards were decent, and some of the prizes that were paid time off. So that's nice cash. Now those are good. I can get behind that too. If you can win some real legitimate gifts that you can sink your teeth into, that'd be great. Yeah, Poppy's got Spanky, I think, or GT Spanky says the drum one killed him. Yeah, I commented on the drums. There's these big burly men. See if I can bring it up here. So, I mean, look at these guys here. I mean, this guy here on the right, it looks just like this guy I used to work with in the factory who was a former Hell's Angel. The guy had lost his thumb in a knife fight. Can you imagine like a Hell's Angel sitting down at a picnic table in a warehouse going ding, 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 ding? I don't think so. He probably would have taken the drum and shoved it up the supervisor's backside. Let's see, L2... TZ8QR, my last place is just having a food buffet in the staff room, free food during lunch. Yeah, I didn't complain about that. I would never get time off the phones to really eat, though. That really bothered me. Thanks for the comment there, L2. John Gunderson, hey John, I love my job. That's a comment to careers within consumer cellular. Let's see here. Thomas House 6090 says, I can understand people not liking this in an office setting. Yeah, this in the reference to the team building stuff. Yeah, it's bad. I thought it's bad. I'm not, I can perform and sing in front of people and read and do speeches, but if I have to get up there and act like an organ grinder monkey and jump around and jump through hoops just to please some people and make it look like I'm a team player, I'm just not that kind of person. I listened to this while working at Amazon the other night. You won't be working the day shift unless you have been there for a long time. I really wouldn't not want to work around all of the long-term daytime employees anyways. I feel like they are more laid back on the night shift. Yeah, night shift people are always more laid back. That is so true. This is from Ralph Carpenter 278 commenting on how call centers became digital sweatshops. And Ralph says, call centers became sweatshops when a lot of management and companies that have call center identified call center as cost centers. Oh, that's true. They did call them cost centers, didn't they? They identified call centers as cost centers. Metrics are another thing that contributed to it as well. I remember a call center manager calling the call center a cost center. Yeah, because the call centers are a major financial burden for these corporations. They're just hemorrhaging money because of all the circuitry and the telephones and the computers and the insurance and the utilities. And that's why they have to start selling you, having you upsell, because they want you to earn your keep. They want you to bring in some sales to help pay the bills. It's insidious. Let's see. Coffee Chats and Walks 3976 responds to AI agent customer match. Says, I will feed into bias and prejudice discrimination via an algorithm assumption of objectivity that human behavior is predictable when we are nuanced, unpredictable beings with subjective experiences influencing behavior. Cool. This is a response to one of my interviews with Mike Williams about Paul is dead, Paul McCartney being dead. This is from Jackie999. Oh, you're from Liverpool. Being born in Liverpool is a special thing. Scousers, Liverpudlians are unique in as much as we are a combination of Irish, Welsh, and Norwegian. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew John Lennon, I think, was Irish. I'm Welsh. I've got family that's Scottish and Welsh. My mom's side was Scottish, and my dad's side was part Welsh. To understand the Beatles, one first needs to understand the culture, or needs to understand the culture where they came from. So much talent has come from Liverpool due to the Irish influence, mainly not just the Beatles, but so much more. I do believe Paul died beyond that. So much conspiracy nonsense gets a bit crazy. Thanks for the comment, Jake, or Jackie. Maybe it's Jackie. I think it's Jackie. Yeah, I agree with you. I believe this is my theory on the whole Mike Williams and the Paul is dead thing. Now, Mike didn't come up with the Paul is dead thing, but he's really expanded the conspiracy and the narrative. I believe that there was a double that Paul McCartney used, and he used a double for press conferences and photo shoots and things like that. He may have even put him up on stage and had him pretend to play the bass. I don't know. I think some of it has gotten pretty far out and out of hand, but at the same time, while I do understand the talents of people from the United Kingdom, because my family's from there. I had a great aunt that was a trained classical opera singer, and she performed in front of audiences and was well respected. And she was like second generation Scottish. I find the official narrative of the Beatles, the official story, is really far-fetched. Because from what I hear of their performances before they were famous, like at the Star Club, they weren't very good. And I don't understand how a group of guys that didn't even have Ringo in the band yet at the time somehow got discovered, and somehow with bare bones minimum musical talent, no songwriting capabilities, all of a sudden became genius songwriters, and all of a sudden could write songs, and all of a sudden it just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. I'm a songwriter. I know hundreds, if not thousands, of guys and gals that are songwriters and musicians. I know guys that are genius songwriters that didn't make it. Just genius. I got a friend, my friend Bob, is a genius musician and songwriter. He's brilliant. He didn't make it. Somebody's got to explain that one to me. It's all about their personality. Not my friend, but the Beatles' personality got them to the top. So I think there's some. This is a comment from my video, a Zoom group call center interview. I don't even remember this video, honestly. Bill Schmoopy. He says, dude, the pseudonyms you come up with always make me crack up for some reason. I'm glad. I make this stuff up as I go along. And it's funny, I get weird comments on here. I get comments on here that say I'm not funny and you suck and you basically should go suck somebody's pickle. And then I get these wonderful comments from like Mr. Roboto81 who likes what I do. So, I'm not famous. I am who I am, but I sometimes get a taste of what it would be to be famous because you meet all kinds of people on this. So thank you very much. I'm glad you like my humor. And I thought I'd come on here and do this because each of you make this channel possible, and you take the time to leave me comments, and I'm not famous, so I don't have to go through millions of comments. I have lots of comments, believe it or not. And I know it always bothers me that, like, if you comment on somebody's famous, their channel and they're on YouTube, whether it's a real famous person or somebody's just famous because of YouTube, they never comment back, they never like, they never heart it, nothing. It's like, I'm too busy, I'm far too busy touring the US. Yes, I'm far too good for that. Let me give that to my assistant. Yes, call legal about that, will you? I just don't. I'm just glad I'm not like that. This is from Stephanie Mariah. She's commenting on this video I found of this guy who was talking about modern day interviews. It was hilarious. This guy's hilarious. And I think he produced this his own. I think it's his own writing. It's like a Monty Python skit. And again, it's the British humor that I love. I love British humor. And maybe some of you will understand this. I love British and Jewish humor. I was raised by a mother who was not Jewish, but she was raised around a lot of Jewish people, so she had this very sarcastic, Jewish, dry sense of humor. But British, love it. Stephanie Mariah says, I had one a few weeks ago with the CEO and co-owner. Oh, Jesus. Medium business. I could tell the co-founder didn't like me. He asked if I could change a tire. I'm in the motor claims background. This was a sales admin role that the recruiter then updated to sales coordinator. What does that got to do with changing tires? Why would he ask you a question like that? Recruiter called to ask how it went. I told her. She said, you're not the first person to say that, so why send me there? I never experienced anything like that in my life. Yeah, today's job market is so bizarre. Why would a guy, I'm assuming a guy, ask you if you know how to change a tire? And what does it have to do with being an admin or sales coordinator? Nothing. You don't have to know how to change a tire to do that stuff. He was probably just looking for a reason not to hire you. Thank you for the comment, Stephanie. Let's see here. We've got Matt W8332 commenting on the same video about the funny interview tactics. In June 2025, I went for an interview for a porter driver role at a community hospital, British NHS. 2 guys interviewing. Started off fine, but after 5 minutes, it got rather testy. I can't wait to I haven't read this yet. The guy that took a dislike to me, there's always one. It's a good cop, bad cop situation. They always set it up like that. The guy that took a dislike to me casted aspirations that I was perhaps not a good driver. How do we pause the interview and go for a drive in one of your transit vans? How would he even know just from talking to you you're not a good driver? It makes no sense. I don't mean you don't make sense, but the people interviewing you don't make sense. I was on the back foot for the rest of the interview. I guess you were What does it mean to be on your back foot? You're backpedaling? Or you're taken aback, maybe? I tried to salvage the situation. Oh yeah, you're probably defending yourself. You're on your back foot like boxing. You're up against the ropes, I guess. I tried to salvage the situation by saying how good my customer service skills were and that I worked at a supermarket. The other guy went on a monologue about his experience at said supermarket, going off on a tangent. A bit weird, didn't get the job. You're better off, it sounds like. Thanks for the comment. Let's see here. Verizon Wireless Call Center recruitment video. John Gunderson, 4665. I love my job. Call center team building. Comment on the call center team building video. Thomas House 6090 says, I'm 57. I wouldn't do this. Yeah, I agree. This one is in response to, I think this is my Charlie Kirk video talking about Erica Kirk and Ariel Real Love D says, so weird, so weird. What else is weird is I followed this one guy who was a body language expert, and he went through all of her actions on that speech, and he acted like everything was normal. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that whole Charlie Kirk thing. The whole thing with his wife and people, and I went through my Christian phase, and I'm still considering myself a Christian just in my own way. And I had a friend say, well, you just don't understand how Christ gives you the strength to get through these times. So Erica had the strength of Christ in her. Oh, that's why she came out in skin-tight leather pants, so you could see her camel toe. Bingo, that's what Jesus is all about, being a whore. Sorry, I think if you come out dressed like that, and she wasn't dressed like that for the memorial, but I don't know. The whole thing is fishy. It's very weird, very strange. This is my review of the Billy Shears, Memoirs of Billy Shears. Mr. BKUV responds. He says, I tried reading Memoirs of Billy Shears and it was too disturbing. Not only did it convince me Paul died, but it destroyed my entire worldview. Everything we've been told is a lie. Mr. BK, I get that. I read the book, and at first I started to get really sucked into it, and then I saw a lot of inconsistencies in the book and from what the official narrative is. But honestly, from what I'm learning about the entertainment industry in general or as a whole, I've had the same reaction. The reality of the world that we live in is horrifying, and it really, man, it's disturbing. As you said, it's disturbing, and I don't know if Paul died. I think he had a double that stood in his place for photo shoots and for press conferences. But it did. It destroyed my worldview, not the Paul McCartney thing. All of it did. When you hear about what it's really like in the entertainment world in Hollywood, when you hear what the world of music is really like, then the agenda is behind everything. There's an agenda, and what they're trying to do is get control of your mind, control of your money, getting control of your emotions, because the minute they can harvest that and get control of it, they sell more products, they make more money, there's more secret islands they can go to. The whole world is run by very dark, nefarious, predominantly men. It's mostly men. And I don't watch sports anymore. I hate sports now. I don't like college sports. I used to be a huge, rabid Cleveland Browns, Cleveland Guardians, Cleveland Cavaliers fan. And then it's like, nah, I just can't get into it. Like the Cavs are playing right now. I mean, their season is back. I don't care. Couldn't care less. The Guardians just had 2 players that are probably going to do 60 years for betting on baseball. 60 years in prison. Two of our pitchers. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. It's not worth it. The rock stars that are lip syncing, major names, Pat Benatar. All these major players that can play and sing are lip syncing. And people are paying anywhere from $500 to $5,000 a ticket to see these people sing, lip sync. I hear you. I feel for you. It's hard. Retro work life exposed. Yeah, the $12 for 3 minutes. Yeah, back in the day when you called from your home, they would charge you a lot of money, to call overseas is what he's referring to there. I'll do a couple more here. This is a comment to my interview with Mark Devlin. This is his book, No One's Dad's a Plumber. And the basic, how did I get over here? I clipped on my video. The basic premise of this gentleman's book, and Mark's a great guy. He was on my channel. I interviewed him. I urge you to buy his book, and you'll learn. If you want to have more of your world demolished by reality, check out this book. Also, check out a book by an author named David McGowan. Weird Scenes from Inside the Canyon. If you want your worldview crushed of the entertainment world, both of these gentlemen discuss how the entertainment world is nothing as we think it is, especially the world of music, where most of the people's parents in the 60s were involved with intelligence agencies and the military-industrial complex, and their kids just so happened to become big, famous rock stars. Who knows? Who knew? Okay, this is Mr. Merck Jacobs. Regarding to Mr. Devlin's book, No One's Dad's a Plumber. He said, this is BS. For example, George Bush and Barack Obama are the 10th cousins once removed. Virtually every European is related to the Holy Roman Emperor Charlemagne. It's true that the world is run by psychopaths, but that is a product of the capitalism which demands worship of profit. I'll leave you with this one. Got two more. Grand Boulevard 2385. This is a response to my video, How Call Centers Became Digital Sweatshops. He says, what's your alternative, bro? My alternative would be to let it go, man. Have the corporation say, hey, we need these call centers. We need our customers. Get off the customer service reps' back as long as they're not doing anything egregious or outright, breaking the rules of the corporation or doing something really bad. Stop with the talk times. Stop with the sales goals. Stop with all of it. Eat the cost of the call center and make sure the customer gets everything they need within reason. Get off people's backs. Stop all the metrics. Stop all of it. Just let it go. Because most of the people that come into a call center want to do a good job. They want to be there. They need the money. They have families. Most people don't come there intentionally to do a bad job, but the minute you start hitting them over the head with a stick, they don't want to be there anymore. So I would say just try something different. Get rid of the metrics. Get rid of most of the metrics. Have supervisors there that want to be supervisors, that sit and counsel people, counsel the employees, help them through it. I guarantee you, if you can get the stress and the pressures out of the call center, you'll have improved customer service. You'll have greater retention, less turnover. It'll be a happier place to work, but they won't do it because they're losing money. Okay, I'll leave you with this one. This is in response to the same commercial, How Call Centers Became Digital Sweatshops. This is from I Can't Spell For. I Can't Spell For says, I quit my job where I was a call center Workers of America worker for 9 years, which is the union. It's a union for call center workers. The company wanted to make everything 100% AI. It went from a job that sucked but paid well for top performers to a job that sucked. It's terrible, man. Helping a customer was never something that really mattered, but hitting metrics was all anyone cared about. My girlfriend is a trainer for an outsourcing customer service company. The contracts underbid the work, spin up a new project, and slowly move production overseas at pennies on the dollar until the service is so bad they lose the client, then lay everyone off on the project and start over with new clients who are about to get the same deal. It stinks. And it does. And thanks for the comment. It's really bad. The whole thing is bad. It's all rigged. It's not about the customers. And this kind of goes back to Grand Boulevard 2385's comment, what's my alternative? Hey man, you got billions of dollars. Eat the cost of the call centers, make sure the employees and the customers are taken care of, pay them a living wage, and just consider it an expense, a necessary expense if you want to have customers. Outside of that, you're just never going to have happy customers. And this is what I talk about all the time. These corporations do not care about their customers in any way, shape, or form. They pretend they do. They put on the toupee and the nice pearly white teeth, and they stand behind the podium and they say, the customer's always right. We love you, Joe. We love you, Bill and Shirley. Come on over and buy our cars, buy our floor mats, buy our speakers, buy our iPhones. We love you. We'll do anything for you, but it's not true. They just want your money. As long as they got your money and they get you to sign on the dotted line and they get you to sign up for a service contract, you're their bitch, man. And they don't give a crap about you. And it's proven. It's proven. It's been proven and proven and proven. These corporations have tried to do away with the unions. They want nothing telling them how to spend their money or how to treat their employees. They want to reign over you like a tyrant. And the unions stand in between that. You know, keep them from getting that. At least the decent unions, most of the unions have been pushed out of business. They've been bought and paid for and strong-armed to get out of the way. These corporations don't care about you. It doesn't matter the industry. So let me know what your experiences have been. Thanks for all of your comments. If you do like my music here, this is my song, I Understand You Now. You can buy it right here on Patreon. Right under all of my music here. It's PTPOP original music. You can buy the whole collection for just $10. And I'm going to get more songs on here. I have to get on top of this Patreon channel. So thanks for listening. Thanks for all your comments. And I'll talk to you later, everybody. Hasta la vista, everybody. It's me playing air drums. Have a good day, everybody.
Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that?